What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM Production Empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM Production Empire.
DVMPE.
Now celebrating 10 years on the air, online, and in your ears.
My God, has it been that long?
Join the millions of subscribers and be a part of the Empire today at www.dvmpe.com.
Last season on Stupids, Talking Stupid.
What?
What's it?
What is that?
It's, the road is shifting.
Well, you got to turn. It's a cliff. That's a cliff. Patrick, you got to turn. Patrick, turn.
There, I turned. Whew.
That's pretty close. You almost hit that squirrel.
Yeah, it turned out that my big gulp was in the way of the wheel, turning. I just had to move it to the side.
I told you to get a medium gulp.
Well, then it would just be a gulp.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have to deal with almost hitting a squirrel.
True.
So don't you feel silly?
Yeah, I do, and I apologize.
Well, since we're stopped, you want to record season 5?
Yeah, but let's not release it for a while.
Yeah, let's wait a few weeks just for the hell of it.
Okay. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid, Season 5 of the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. And we read the stupid so you don't have to.
That's right.
Ooh, we enjoyed ourselves a nice little break.
Nice little break.
Longer than we wanted because life got in the way.
Got in the way.
I'll give you a little teaser. 2 problems that we ran into, a critical system failure, and then a near-death experience.
Yep.
You're going to have to listen to the entire episode to find out what those were.
Ooh, I'm properly teased.
I am fully teased right now. I am crying in the bathroom, and I'm going to tell my mother about this later, because I have been teased so hard.
I'm super going to journal about it.
I'm going to make a hashtag on Twitter about anti-bullying due to how much I've just been teased.
I'm going to have congressional legislation named after me because I am so teased.
People are going to remember me when I put this in my suicide note.
I'm talking full spread in the yearbook because I am so teased.
8.5 by 11, full color, because I've been so teased.
People who hated me will talk about how much they miss me and how I affected their lives positively. That teased.
There will be a candlelight vigil with at least 45 people because I have been thoroughly teased.
I'm talking full on stop hitting yourself teased.
I can't believe we even got to the level of why don't you cry about it teased.
That teased.
Do you think they still care?
No, they're done. They've already clicked stop.
All right, so we're gonna start off season 5 strong. I'm talking hard hitting journalism. When we're gonna dive into the seedy underbelly of the World Bridge Federation.
What?
I'm not talking building bridges.
No,
I'm talking
cards.
The card game.
That's right. Grandma card game. You want this up?
No,
it's weird.
Weird. You leave my microphone alone.
It's super weird.
I'll talk into my microphone how I want to.
Looks like you're in the middle track of an R&B thing. And
yeah.
You're like, oh girl,
why
did you leave me?
Let me tell you about this bridge play.
You left me so teased.
I am so teased. I'm gonna make a 3-disc album about it.
It's gonna be called Teased.
It's gonna be called Tease Swifted.
Jesus. Anyway, bridge.
The World Bridge Federation had to suspend, the one of the highest ranked players in the world, Geir Helgemo. You know, Geir
Helgemo.
Geir Helgemo.
Steroids, right?
Yes, because this Norwegian
Bridge-enhancing drugs.
Bridge-enhancing drugs. I don't know how you dope for card games, but somehow gear.
I'm so fucking focused right now.
You could say he shifted to another gear.
Oh shit!
I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I had to just so I could say that. It's probably like grr. He's
Gargamel? Is this Gargamel?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Gear Helgamo.
Stopped hassling the Smurfs. Now he plays cards.
Yeah, it's probably an anagram. Ooh. He like smashes their bodies down and then draws little shapes on it. Like, this is the Smurf of Hearts. He's a professional player that represents Monaco at tournaments, and he's not going to be allowed to participate in bridge competition until November 2019 because this motherfucker cheated.
What do you do?
Well, the substances found in his urine were not meant to enhance his performance. They were the kind that were like used for masking stuff. Because he said he told the Federation he's been trying to control his weight and had been taking supplements with unknown ingredients given to him by a friend who was a bodybuilder. You're taking unknown drugs from a bodybuilder to control your weight? I don't think that's a thing. No, I think that's a thing of I'm a sweet biceps, so when I can flex on the players and they're like, I fold.
There's two.
I don't want to. I'm not going to pay the toll to cross that bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know how to play bridge.
I don't either. I think you have to be old.
Okay.
Or Norwegian.
Okay.
Because I think it's
apparently from Monaco. Not anymore.
I think it's one of those games that they invented before they had TV, and then the only people that still play it didn't grow up with TVs.
Preston and I got the word pinochle in one of our improv shows recently, and I basically started with the thing going, you know what, I don't feel like playing pinochle today. Because I had no idea. And then he kept throughout the entire thing trying to get me to say the rules. And I would just change the subject. Pinochle, I do not know. Canasta, I do not know. Bridge, I do not know.
What you know about tiddlywinks?
Oh, I know all about tiddlywinks.
Yeah, tell me the third rule of tiddlywinks.
Don't wink.
That's fair.
Ever.
Is the second rule about tiddlying?
Yeah. Watch who you tiddle.
Is the first rule get consent to tiddle?
Yes.
Via wink?
Yes.
First you give them a wink, then you tiddle them.
Then you tiddle
them. But
them.
then you don't wink at them again.
Do not wink at them again. It's excessive and weird.
Yeah.
It's called stalking.
And we don't condone that.
We do not condone. Hashtag no tiddlywink stalking.
Hashtag teased. So, some players wonder why they have to be tested for drugs that won't even help them win. And they were saying that drug testing just makes no sense. Like, a lot of these players, they just say, it makes no sense. But you see, because the competitions are long events that require focus and stamina, the vice president of the federation said, with the competitions that could possibly last weeks and a single event can last several days, many of the top players treat it like they're an athlete. You know, they're careful what they eat between games.
Yeah, if you're rocking the Adderall, that's gonna be an unfair advantage.
Yeah, it'll keep you a little more focused. But it's like, well, I did, HGH.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can see where they're coming from, where it's like certain things, but
maybe it's a stamina thing.
It is a stamina thing.
Keep them bridging. Is that the verb? I don't know. Keep on bridging.
Sweet or Norwegian in the sky, keep on bridging. Don't know what you'll pop for tomorrow.
Excellent.
Thank you. So,
Wonderful.
Did you know that the World Bridge Federation is recognized by the International Olympic Committee?
The WBF?
Mm-hmm. It actually is. They put that in parentheses right after it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, the WBF.
Oh, yeah.
It's recognized by the International Olympic Committee and, as such, abides by the World Anti-Doping Agency rules. So the same shit that Olympians get tested for, bridge players get tested for.
And I say it's about time.
Yeah, it's just, it's good. So now, Gear had to forfeit all of his He'll be stripped of his titles and medals and points from the 2008 World Bridge Series, and his team, which was that he won the Transnational Rosenblum Cup, your favorite event. Mm-hmm. He's stripped of his title, but his teammates...
TNRC, we call it the TNRC.
His teammates are not considered to be at fault, and they're going to be allowed to retain their medals, awards, and master points related to the second place of the ranking.
Take that, grr.
Yeah, grr. And not only that, he has been fined like a little over $4,000 for the cost of the hearing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic.
Does he have sponsorships? Like, when I'm playing bridge, I only like to use pilot cards. Take out the jokers and leave the rules. It's a bridge to friendship.
The only way I can play bridge is with a Werther's Original in my mouth. Its silkiness keeps me calm, and its sweetness keeps me awake. It makes me say, this is flavor.
Do you want to pay closer attention during your bridge games? Do fucking Adderall. Just don't get caught. And then my name's Grr. Adderall. It's great.
Hey, Gerd, are you sure you want to take the sponsorship?
I think so. I don't think there's any way that they can find out. I mean, it's just a commercial.
Right, but you are saying your name at the end in a very emphatic way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to care.
I feel like, if you beat someone, they might care that you're doping. Remember, you're tested the same as athletes in the Olympics.
But it's just a fictional television commercial. Like, sure, I'm putting my name on something and saying that I endorse it, but that does not mean that I do it. Do you think Jamie Lee Curtis ate like a shit ton of Activia? I don't
think she ate either of those.
What is it?
I think she's a Dannon girl.
All I know is I happen to know Jamie Lee Curtis, and I know she still can't poo, so it's fine. I'll be able to retain my titles and my points from 2008.
As long as I get my 10% cut from the endorsement, then I think we're fine.
How long is this tournament, though? Like, why is it going all the way back to 2008?
18.
Oh, 2018.
Yes.
I thought we're pretty sorry you said 2008.
I'm sure I said 2018 and you just heard 8 because your ears are bad.
What?
Because you're...
Properly teased.
Damn it. Speaking of teasing, mermaids they just can't be, They're just...
Yeah.
God, they're so oppressed. These fucking mermaids. Because there's a trend growing among mermaid enthusiasts, mainly women, that be using special mermaid tails in oceans, in public pools. But then you get a bunch of pools, like the Royal Life Saving and some Australian Consumer Competition, and it's something the governing body in Australia is saying there's a bunch of dangers of children using mermaid tails, and amateur mermaids are like, no, it's totally fine. They just
professional mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it would hinder people. Like, if you don't know how to use the tail,
yeah,
like, you're supposed to be able to kick.
Sure.
And if you're fucking up, then you're going to just go down.
The problem is a lot of places with public pools are banning mermaids from being mermaids. They say, no, you can't use that in our pool.
Hashtag let mermaids be mermaids.
Hashtag teasing under the sea.
Have you seen the movie Splash?
Yes.
Have you seen it recently?
No.
It's quite troubling.
I'm pretty sure 80% of the movies that came out in that 10-year span were also troubling.
It's very troubling. Anyway.
Someone trying to...
Just watch it.
Well, now I'm thoroughly teased about Splash.
That's right. Hashtag thoroughly teased.
Just a splash of teasing. Sophia Wells, or as her mermaid name is, Mermaid Sophia Marie.
Ew.
She's based in Perth and said that there are about 120 people in the active Perth Merfolk pod group, and the numbers are growing. Because, she turned to the activity as a creative outlet after a music career, which clearly didn't go anywhere. And like any hobby...
What was like 4 of her hit songs, you think?
Under the Me.
1.
Swimming for Love.
2.
Coral, Can You Hear Me? Help, Help, I'm Drowning.
4.
I'm not singing. Just please help me. Help, help. I can't swim.
The LP.
That's her battle rap song. It's a rich tool for the imagination. She said, this is my Perth mermaid voice. Sorry, I was second dick. We come from different backgrounds. We do a lot of art and photography and crafting. When we're not swimming, we have craft nights or movie nights.
In which they watch Splash or Little Mermaid.
Just every single time, they're just like flicking their fish bean.
Fins to the left. They love Jimmy Buffett.
So they were shocked when they went to their public pool in Bunbury when they were told that their tails would not be welcome.
You get your tails out of here.
You half-fish motherfuckers. You swim across and come into our land. You
I saw what you did to Harry Potter. I saw.
I seen it.
Kidnapping children. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Despite having been welcomed previously in their full mermaid regalia.
A single one of you looks like Daryl Hannah.
I've been lied to.
I've been lied to.
They were told the policy had been changed. This is a new one. This is Maddie Showman. She said, I told the reception is new. I've been swimming here for 4 months in my tail. You can't just tell me now that you don't do tails.
She told the receptionist, was she wearing it when she walked in?
That'd be great.
Like, put it in a bag.
Do you think she, like, hopped there, or, like, she waddled back and forth like a penguin?
One pool pass, please. No tails. What? Put it in a bag. Wear it in the thing. Let the lifeguard have to come out and tell you. And then you'd be like, catch me.
You can. Look how fast I swim.
Puts a hook in there with a water.
Mom, catch me. Because they were saying, with the winter, as the winter was approaching, they wanted to be able to swim at the pools. They said it was safer than the ocean. Because, of course, you swim with a fishtail, a decorative mermaid tail, really, in the ocean, you might drown. Because it sounds like it's dangerous.
Or some shark will try to have its way with you.
Mm-hmm. That's a shark tail no one wants to see. Hashtag fish tease.
Hashtag fish tease.
Her husband, Stephen,
Hashtag fish sticks.
Do you like fish sticks?
Come to Australia. Swim in our oceans. Wear your mermaid tails.
But not in the pools.
Not in the pools. Only in the oceans. Hashtag fish sticks.
He had taken the battle for all mermaids to swim freely in the Parliament by making a submission to the Select Committee on Personal Choice and
What was
Safety.
his name again?
Stephen.
Steven's just trying to get laid.
But via his wife.
Don't worry, mermaid women. I will help you.
My fish bitches, my fishes. I got this.
Fish, please.
Yeah, that's our word. You can't use that.
Look, if you want to fish about it.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You
I'm
don't
gonna go over there and fish them out.
You don't know how you're being very fishist.
I don't know if that works.
Racist.
There it is.
Let's see. What is the voice of a husband that's his wife's a mermaid make? What do you think?
Well, what's he supposed to say?
I'll tell you what. I think you can.
Okay. Voice. Is it
Stephen right here? These three. If you could.
I'd like a whole change in mindset at the state of the federal level in terms where reliability lies.
Speak up! I can't hear you.
Bureaucrats are fellow compelled to take responsibility.
I'm not gonna let you see my blowhole if you don't speak in a louder voice.
It's no longer a case that we're responsible for ourselves or what we do because somebody must get in trouble for what you do. Kill me. Somebody kill me.
Save it, your time's up.
My wife is terrible.
Your time is up.
She makes me...
Don't do it.
She makes me wear waders.
You get back in the shower and right now, mister.
Yes, dear.
And if mermaid rights weren't the biggest concern on your mind...
They were.
Yeah, that's right, they were, because now there's something else.
Something else.
Which I'm sure is on the forefront of your mind. Sex laws in Utah.
Yeah,
like, definitely. Because did you know that
no.
It is...
Chances are no.
There is a law on the books for Utah that says any unmarried person who shall voluntarily engage in sexual intercourse with another is guilty of fornication. Fornication is a Class B misdemeanor. It was illegal to have premarital sex in Utah.
What are other Class B misdemeanors? Do we know?
I believe not wearing khakis.
Okay. So currently both of us are in violation.
In Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. Class B misdemeanors, pretty serious stuff.
Do we know what a Class B misdemeanor in, like, Illinois is?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look one up because I would like to gauge.
Oh, yeah, if you want to get an idea, just like type in Class B misdemeanors I can commit in my area. It'd probably be something like...
Second one came up. Class B misdemeanor, Illinois. Maximum penalty up to 6 months and a maximum fine of $1,500. First of all, it better be a good sex.
Plus mandatory court costs.
Right.
It's probably... There, yeah. Let's get some examples going. I need to know something. Well, anyway. So there's a bill that they want to change the criminal code in Utah so that this, we'll call it just outdated law, is removed from the books.
Okay, for example, possession of less than two and a half of marijuana. Thanks. What is this? Criminal defense lawyer. Published by Nolo. You guys are stupid. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. Don't have 2.5 of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
That's be misdemeanor.
I injected 1 marijuana and I became a mermaid. Senator Karen Maine is the chief sponsor, while Representative Ray Paul is a sponsor in the state's House. It has been voted on and passed by both bodies, meaning it only is waiting signature by the governor, Gary Herbert, to pass. The current law is part of a Chapter 7 offenses against the family, meaning those found guilty are punished by up to 6 months in jail and a fine of $1,000. They say the law isn't pursued by police or prosecuted.
Well, I assume not.
But it's just one of those, like, this made headlines of, hey, you can finally have premarital sex in Utah. And it's like, of any state where it was illegal, that one makes sense.
It's like shoplifting might be a Class B misdemeanor.
How about you shoplift this dick?
That's right. Well, that's true. You got it without paying for it.
That's true.
Anyway.
So, yeah, they want to change that. And that's the sex outside of marriage law in Utah. But I think it's going to lead to something far worse.
Could you imagine that movie? Well, first of all, I was going to say, what would you call a movie about somebody like cracking down on a law like that, like on a stupid, senseless law like that?
The Unfuckables?
I was going to say The Untouchables.
Oh!
I mean, it still works, and we can use the same artwork.
I'm pretty sure Kevin Costner would be in
Kevin Costner would do it. Sean Connery might come out of retirement.
There's no fucking in this state.
She brings a vibrator, you bring a dildo. That's the Chicago way.
So it's not the only law regarding the art of love that Utah people are looking to change.
Love art is now going to be illegal.
Well, it's a little different than that, because first we have, you know what they say, it's a slippery slope. First you legalize fucking, and then people come along and say, hey, since you're doing that, let's just say, well, this couple, Michael Lee and his wife Angie, they had to go get married in Colorado, where it's legal for them to get married. The couple said their love story began with a crush in second grade.
She was the teacher.
It's like second grade. I remember I stopped her mother. I said, I'm going to marry Angie. And she said, no, I'm sorry, you can't. But you can be friends. You think that's a teacher-student relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the problem is it's not a teacher-student relationship. That'd probably be nicer. Because in actuality, they are first cousins.
Ew.
Ew. Utah.
Well, they're preventing it, right?
Yeah.
So who's got the real problems?
Colorado. You legalize weed one time.
I forget what, right? And everything goes out the fucking window. No, I think it was like something when I was doing the ordained minister stuff. Like, I remember seeing like ways that like first cousins in Illinois can get married if they're over the age of like 50.
Yeah.
50 or 55.
Because, like, you're old and no one loves you. If you find someone, fine.
Well, they're worried about flipper children.
Right.
So.
Well, Michael
No one
Lee...
wants to see that at Soldier Field on a Sunday.
It's bad enough when Packers fans are there.
Oh!
Michael said, life was unfair. Like, why did the person I want to be with the most... Why do you have to be my cousin?
Oh, terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they were always... Family vacations would bring them together, but social norms would draw them apart again. Couple reunited after 10 years this past winter, after both recently becoming signal. Yeah, they both became a signal.
They're like, hey, over here.
They both became single.
Is that a smoke signal? Yeah, it means she's free.
Ooh, either that or she elected a new pope.
Probably both. Fuck that pope. Wanted to since first grade.
Second grade. Don't be ridiculous. We have to make sure we get the facts right.
Do they have ages? Like how much? Like was he in 5th grade? Because that makes it even worse.
No, I think they're the same age.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't specify their ages. I don't want you to,
I'm just going to say he was a freshman in high school. Is that bad? Is that bad to think?
He had just completed his doctorate.
He completed his doctorate. He looked at that second grader and said, yeah,
and
that's the one.
She was advanced for her age. She should have been in preschool at the time. But she was just so smart. She put the blocks in the right spots quicker than anyone.
And that's when I knew I loved her.
It's like, those competitive cup stackers? She's going to blow them away in a few years when she gets her 10th birthday. We're like, okay, this is crazy, but we're adults now. We're single now. We're just going to go for it. Who cares what our family thinks?
Well, we'll be able to ask them at Thanksgiving. Ooh. At least you don't have to worry about like which family to go see on the holidays because they're both yours.
Thanksgiving's going to be, the same size as always.
That's a Barry and Iris situation.
Which house should we go to? Your families or mine?
Same place.
Do you want to just not leave the house? Because that's the same thing. So they're crossing two big hurdles in trying to get married. The first hurdle is genetics. The gross thing.
I talked to my mother today. Yeah, how is Aunt Doris?
She said, I prefer to call me father.
It's like fucking Game of Thrones.
Except Game of Thrones is cooler. It's not in Utah.
No, but like when Joffrey was getting married to Marjorie, and then Loras was supposed to marry Cersei, like Alana Terrell was going through the whole thing, and she's like, "Your son will be your father-in-law. That's the truth." And it's like, wait, what? They're going through the whole fucking thing.
It's like, no take-backsies.
No take-backsies.
You already said you would.
This is happening.
And that makes you just as gross for marrying into
Goddamn
this.
Lannisters.
Because, first, as you said, as you mentioned, first children who have children together face a 4 to 7% chance of their child having a genetic disorder.
And then they go to Australia to be a part of the Mermaid squad.
Who gets kicked out. It's like, no. This is maybe a natural tail.
Maybe that's why they think they're like, maybe these are all like products of first cousins.
It's like they're not wearing a tail, they're just wearing a sock that fits accurately. Let me see your legs.
No.
Prove it.
No.
Walk over here normally.
No.
I bet you can't go up these stairs.
I can't. That's why I have the chair.
Oh.
My feet dangle in a bucket of water at the bottom of it.
And I breathe through my neck.
I gotta keep it hydrated. Anyway, go ahead.
So,
pitfalls of being a gross person.
In Utah, it's illegal for first cousins to get married unless they're 65 years old.
That's right.
Or 55 years old if they can prove they're infertile.
Nope, nothing happening. All right, go ahead. Be gross.
So it's like some people want passes to marry their cousins. Other people want passes to say the N-word.
Oh, no. What?
Worst
segue ever. Everybody's like, everyone goes...
I'm pretty sure the worst one was when there was a suicidal robot the same week.
Yeah.
You'll have to listen to the live episode that we did to catch that one. I wasn't going to bring this up, except two schools...
You couldn't help yourself?
Two schools had an incident right around the same time. It's like, okay...
Well, you've heard two schools of thought, right?
I hate you. You know about schools of fish, right?
Oh, yeah. They're all first cousins.
Mm-hmm. And they can't swim in Australian pools.
Damn right.
So we got a story out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Of course.
Go figure.
Yeah.
The Pulaski County Special School District.
Keeping it classy.
Mm-hmm. So it's investigating after a group of high school students created an N-word pass as part of a school project. Part of a school project. Not just fucking around with their friends. This was something they turned in for credit. There's a post circulating on Facebook that shows a certificate with images of Martin Luther King Jr. and Barack Obama alongside their signature and text saying, N-word pass and congratulations. The post says the project was submitted as part of a Sylvan Hills High School class on entrepreneurship.
N-word passes here. Buy yourself an N-word passes. We're trying to take a trip to Washington, D.C.
Oh, what are you going to do there?
We're going to use all of our passes and get shot in the face.
I thought you were going to go to, like, the Civil Rights Museum.
Nope. They're just...
To learn about oppression.
They're going to get their asses beaten like they should.
You don't understand. I have 3 passes.
This is signed by Martin Luther King.
If I went to Subway with 3 free sandwich coupons, they wouldn't be attacking me. I would just get my meatball sub. I don't see why you have a problem with this. If I had a meatball sub pass.
If I had a meatball sub pass for every time.
The post says that the teacher laughed about the project, which upset an African American student in the class. Rightfully so. You're just gonna laugh right in his face about an incredibly racist thing.
You must hate this.
It's okay. They brought enough passes for all of us. We're gonna yell it at you at the end of class.
I've been looking for one of these on Amazon, and they do.
You can't find them.
You can't find them.
You can't find them. Not the real ones, anyway. You can find the cheap Chinese knockoffs.
That's the one, like the first justified school shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. The students were put in a group and tasked with creating a project to market, and this is what one of the groups.
Blow pops and airheads. Turns out. Could have probably been making a lot more money.
Well, you can't exactly go to Sam's Club and get a big case of N-word passes. You can get the 48 count of airheads. They
put them at home. They go to Kinko's and they're like, about this project.
Hey, welcome to Kinko's. What can I help you out with today?
I need about 2,500 of these.
Okay, what is this?
This is an N-word pass.
Oh my god. You can't bring that in here.
I would like them on glossy.
I'm going to have you talk to my manager.
I would like them on double glossy.
Excuse me? What are you doing with these passes?
I'd like them printed so that one day somebody will shoot me and it'll be warranted.
I can't deal with this. I'm going on a swim. I just want an excuse to do the voice again.
I know.
It's a very accurate mermaid voice, too.
Is.
You have to, if you ever run into one, you probably won't because...
I'll be like, where's Bear? I heard it.
You never see Bear and Mermaid in the same place, so obviously, maybe, you know...
You're all getting a very terrible image in your head right now.
It's just... I'm just sitting on a rock with my arms out going, ah! Like this.
He just liked her because she was hot.
Part of your world, y'all. Part of your world.
Thingamabobs? Bitches, I got 20.
Shit, you want N-word passes? I got some of those. They threw them away. They were double glossy.
But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the white kids are killed.
For using these passes that shouldn't exist. I looked up how to pronounce this city in Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin. Arkansas and Wisconsin. Really living up to your reputation here. But this time it wasn't for a class project. It was just some dumbass kid who could potentially face some legal action now.
Yeah, right.
Because a student handed out a flyer titled N-word pass. There was a parent that didn't want to be identified that just said, I was furious. It was very hurtful. Which, no shit. Her daughter texted her a picture of the flyer that was placed in front of her in high school lunchroom on Wednesday. They were running around laughing with the passes, laughing, making videos in the school. The flyer was created by one student with a photo taken from the internet, copied at home, and distributed to roughly 10 other students. Oconomowoc High School and the area school district condemns this hate speech. These kinds of words and actions are not tolerated in our school, the district said in a statement. The superintendent, Roger Ringo.
Oh, Roger.
I just like that name. Yeah, it just...
Did he say something? Or is that what he said before? Can you do it in a Ringo Starr imitation? You can't do it.
We are very sorry
There it is.
that the actions of one of our students deeply offended and hurt people. There's no place for it in our schools and in our community. I feel like that's more like John than it was Ringo. Are they the same?
Yeah. No, not the same.
I'm a
I don't
drummer.
know.
Nailed it!
Nailed it.
I didn't marry a crazy woman that broke up the band.
Yeah, John's a little bit more of that. Yeah, I don't know. Ringo, I don't know. We'll just say that was a spot on Ringo.
No, yeah. What, was he going to come over and say,
Yeah.
No, that's a mermaid.
You never know. Ringo Starr might listen to the show.
We
are on iHeartRadio.
I bet you $3 he doesn't listen to this.
And Spotify.
And iTunes.
You know who else is on iTunes? The Beatles.
I was going to say, save it. It's just a quick tease. But you blew it.
Oh,
You fucking blew it.
sorry.
You know, it's times like this I think, man, it's been so long since someone's eaten a Tide Pod or even planked. I just wish there was a new stupid internet trend going around.
Where you do both.
Or throw cheese singles at babies.
I don't think that's stupid. I think that's hilarious to watch. I'm sorry.
It is still qualified to be on this show because there were news stories about the new craze sweeping the nation about people throwing craft singles at their babies' faces. Listen, I watched a couple of videos. That's great. I saw one person throw one at a cat because I don't have a baby.
That's hilarious.
So they threw it at a cat. The cat was like, "What the fuck, dude? You are lucky I don't have my N-word pass right now."
God.
It's like, why does this cat have an N-word pass?
I don't know. I got it from a school kid. They're trying to get it on a trip.
He didn't have cheese to throw at me, so he just threw this pass at my head.
And I was like, oh, I'm keeping this. No, I don't know why in a million years, but Kraft singles must be like, they're like, great, people are wasting so much cheese.
The weirdest kind of viral marketing. Like, Kraft just sits around, okay, everyone, people are starting to realize that our cheese singles aren't actually made of cheese. We have to get them interested in purchasing them again.
You know who was really mad about it because they got there first?
Who?
Kingston Lighter Fluid. I'll just leave that there. We had the same idea.
We'll just skip that.
Yeah.
They had the hashtag cheesed going with it, and I thought, well, that's a pretty good hashtag. It's not like hashtag teased. Ooh. It started by one person.
It's pretty Gouda.
I hate you.
Oh.
The fact that you would even say that is pretty unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I was going to say, let's just keep this bit brief.
No. So the person that started the trend where he cheesed his baby, he deleted his tweet, and then everyone's like, fuck it, I want her cheesing my baby too. Now, we're going to have to start a new trend. All right?
Hard salami.
Okay, but are we still throwing it at a baby? What are we doing with this hard salami? Are we taking hard
police
salami?
officers?
Okay, here's what you do. All right, I need you to go to the store. I need you to find a nice log of hard salami. I don't want it pre-sliced.
Don't slice it.
No, I want just the log. Right.
Okay.
I want you to put it in a brown paper bag.
Okay.
All right, and then you're going to hold on to the salami with your hand in the bag, so you can't actually see what it is. And you want I want you to run up behind a police officer.
No, we gotta
say, "Sir, would you like some lunch?"
We gotta stop. This is how people get sued.
Oh, is this not a good trend?
No, it's probably not a good trend. I was just gonna say you throw a piece of salami at the face of a police officer.
Oh, because that's such a good idea.
Well, this other one's gonna get somebody shot.
I got a better idea.
No, you don't.
So you take this hard salami.
Okay.
Maybe get some mozzarella balls.
Okay, that's good.
And some pepperoni slices.
Okay, and then have charcuterie.
And make a nice charcuterie board.
Damn right.
And invite your friends to a picnic.
Okay.
And say, hey, I brought the snacks. Pranked ya!
Anyway.
Yeah. You never been snack pranked?
No.
You jerk. Here's a good time, idiot.
Oh my god, you're gonna so enjoy this.
Oh man.
You weren't expecting it.
I gave you a ride somewhere.
Look at his face.
I gave you a ride somewhere that you needed. Fucking nerd.
Look at his face. He's so okay with it.
Look how grateful he is, dumb bitch. I got you that movie you wanted.
Right. Asshole. Fucking dick.
You can't. While we're on the subject of food.
Okay, I was gonna say, where you go with this?
You know about Chick-fil-A, right? Makes kind of food. I'm not. It's for all the kerfuffle there is around it. It's
you mean the bigoting and the hatred?
Well,
hatred,
the hatred,
bigotry. Ugh.
The Natasha hatreding.
Yes.
That and then you get the two sides. You get the it's such a hate-filled organization.
But they waffle their fries.
They
I'm
waffle their fries.
conflicted.
That's the thing is people say, their food is amazing. The food is okay at best. It is fast food, chicken, sandwiches, whatever.
Let me tell you, if I drive up there, I always feel so bad for the people that work there.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go home smelling exactly like that place.
They're going to smell like hatred.
And chicken.
Yeah.
But it's like such a strong smell that you're like, that is in every fiber of your being right now.
I mean, it's the same for like when someone works at Taco Bell.
I know. I feel bad for them too.
Why? They get to work at Taco Bell. They make Diet Baja Blast now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Next up, cancer.
You shut up. I always trying to shit on my life. Just because I want to drink some Diet Baja Blast once in a while. Can't give me just a little bit of fucking leeway. It's not like I'm trying to swim in your pool with a mermaid tail, you son of a bitch.
You better not.
So a university...
Mainly because I don't want to fish out your dead body when you drown.
Fish out.
Get the hooks.
Rider University in New Jersey was...
Take a photo with you when you... Oh my gosh.
But you hold me out in front of you so it looks like a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Rider University in New Jersey was looking at adding a new food place on their campus, and one of the options was Chick-fil-A until a bunch of students said, no!
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we won't do it. So far, a sensible story. The students spoke, said we don't want this, and the school...
Burn the entire university to the ground.
No, Dean Cynthia Newman. Could you maybe make that a louder noise into the microphone? You son of a bitch.
I can only... The minute you said Dean Cynthia Noonan, I can only...
Newman.
Imagine, whatever. I can only imagine. Go.
She was so upset. She's the dean of college of business administration. She turned in her resignation letter.
Oh my God.
Because the school made a judgmental statement about Chick-fil-A's values that reflect the essence of the Christian as well as other faiths. She wrote that she asked the administration to apologize for offending Christians, but ultimately decided to step down after the university said, nah, bro.
She just wants waffle fries whenever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of driving off campus for waffle fries. We had an opportunity here, people, to accept these people for their beliefs and have ready-made waffle fries. And we didn't do it. And I am hereby resigning. My name is Dean Cynthia Newman. And I'm a dumb bitch.
So the school said, yeah, you know what, while we respect Dr. Newman's personal decision, we maintain the decision about choosing the on-campus restaurant franchise was in no way a judgment of religious values. Rather, our intention was to foster a sense of respect and belonging of all members of the campus community, including those who identify as LGBTQ+. Nailed it. I was like, I'm going to say it wrong. But I didn't.
Plus.
Mm-hmm. Half the alphabet plus. So while she's stepping down as dean, she's still going to remain on the faculty.
Oh, yeah.
So she made a symbolic gesture. I'm quitting Facebook. And then 3 days later, she's like, you know what? There was enough of a response. I'm going to stick around. I just won't read it as much. So that bitch can go shove it. Now, we have the scariest thing that could possibly happen to you when you are a billionaire diamond trader. Like, you trade in diamonds, you're a billionaire, you got all the money, you're the richest, one of the richest motherfuckers around. You got all this money. You got people throwing themselves at you. All these women going, hey, diamond guy.
You heard of fuck you money? I fuck your mother money.
Yeah, but he decided all the money in the world wasn't enough to make his dick bigger. Because he decided to get...
I'm going to front load it with a diamond.
He decided to get dick biggering surgery.
Oh, it didn't work?
You could say that, because he's dead. You literally have so much money, you could have the microest of micro penises.
And it would not
and say,
matter.
I have billions of dollars. Suck my tiny dick. And there will be people that would, but he's like...
See, it just goes to show you that sometimes it's just never enough for people.
Right? I mean, how do you have this much money and be like, if I could fix one thing?
You think Jeff Bezos is rocking it downstairs?
I haven't thought about it that much.
I'm just saying, look at him.
But
probably not.
No. I'd say he's probably at an average at best. If he were bigger, like, he went from being that nerdy looking dude with the thinning hair and it's kind of like someone's going to push him in a locker even though he's 40, #teased.
I saw
But then he decided to embrace full supervillain, shaved his head, started working out, got all jacked. Not once has he even walked around in sweatpants with no underwear on.
No, it's true.
He hasn't pulled a fast bender and been like, damn!
Well, I will tell you this. The whole aspect about him getting a divorce and then him losing half of his money.
It wasn't even half.
I know. What was it?
No, like...
It was less than half?
It was less than half. She was like, "Oh, I'll take 35% because like I don't want to cause turmoil into Amazon."
Oh yeah,
and,
probably the stockholders. And stuff.
Well, because like
she owns part of it. So.
That's the thing. So she's like, "No, I'm going to take much less than half." I guess $11 billion will be enough.
He had to work at least 9 straight minutes to get that money back.
Yeah, and who knows if he'll ever recover from that with his probably average penis. All right, now we have a game.
Yay! And I say that sarcastically because I never win.
That's not true. You win occasionally. So now, here's the story about it, okay? This woman posted screenshots of a conversation. I say conversation, but it really is just a guy sending a wall of text of a bunch of bullet points of... They went on a date, one date, 3 months prior to this.
Okay.
And out of nowhere, he decided to send all these ways that she could improve herself so that he might want to date her again.
Feedback is good, people.
Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to play real feedback or made-up feedback.
Ooh, fun.
So I'm going to have you draw one of these cards, read it off, and understand that some of these are very mean. So you're going to I just need you to read them as is. They are to be read as written because I didn't want to nice him up because this guy's just that big of a prick. So go ahead and pick one of these cards, and we're going to see if you can guess which ones are him being terrible and which ones are me trying to match him being terrible.
Okay.
So pick a card and then read it for the folks.
You didn't watch me eat. You seemed distracted by everything around us instead. I'm going to say that's real.
That is a fake one.
What?
That is a fake one. But we're right on. You're kind of getting the aspect of it. It seems real because it's pretty close to being real. Now, if you can pick one, show me the letter on the back. Okay.
You just seemed a bit stuck up. Sort your personality out. That's real.
That is totally real.
That's real.
Yes, that's a real thing that a guy said 3 months after having one date with a woman, and he decided to give her that critique. Let's go ahead and pick the next one. We got some more to go through. Okay.
B. I'm a big baby, and I go doo-doo in my bed. I'm going to go ahead and say that's fake.
That one's fake.
Okay.
I didn't think that we'd get that one right away, but I just threw that one in there for me. That was for
glad
me.
you like that because it's O.
Yeah.
You need to keep your posts to a minimum.
Past.
Or your past to a minimum. I don't care about it and what you quote unquote went through. That is real.
That is real.
Oh, what a
Again,
dick.
3 months after one date, one person said. We got just a few more to go through. Yeah, just stay focused here. Okay.
G. Get contacts instead of glasses. Glasses make you look less intelligent. That's real.
That I made up.
Oh.
I know.
But he sounds like he could say that.
Dude, I pruned these down.
It's dick. This guy's a dick.
I pruned these down.
You need to dye your hair a normal color and add extensions. Longer hair is much more attractive. That's real.
That is real.
Okay.
He also put an emoji after that so it wouldn't be as hurtful.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, because he's a nice guy.
You need to see a therapist, but don't tell me about it because that's a downer. That's fake.
That is fake. That is fake, yeah.
And then finally,
we have...
If you lost some weight, you would look incredible. Maybe about what is this?
Stone.
A stone or so?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah. That's real. Stone, it's like over in Europe they use that for weight. I don't know what it would equate to normal units. But yeah, some countries use stone as a measurement. Like, oh yes, he weighs 17 stone. Don't know what the conversion is. Doesn't sound right.
I don't know either.
But yeah, this guy, there's a whole list of things that he said. And I just cut down to 4 real ones just so we wouldn't have to sit through all the negativity. But yeah, this is something that this woman actually had to deal with. So, hey, if you have a bad date, don't wait 3 months and then blow someone up with a list of things that make you sound like a huge shithead. Just keep it to yourself and the fuck off.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, it's like, just don't, like, it's been 3 months. Why do you even have to talk to the person again? Like, if the next day I say, hey, didn't feel it, bye, you know? So, I guess we've thoroughly teased long enough the reasons why we haven't been recording.
Right.
I guess we have our close encounters of the stupid kind, because we have a couple of quick stories on why this podcast took so goddamn long to get recorded.
Right.
First and foremost, I had all my notes 100% done, ready to go. Now, the way I do it is I have articles that I trim down and highlight different colors to note different things I need to read off of them. And then I'll take them from my computer, put it in Dropbox, and then download it on my phone. I had put everything I had everything on my computer, didn't put it in Dropbox yet. I decided I was going to print out these quotes so I wouldn't have to handwrite them all. And I go to print them out, and the printer's just not working.
Oh, why not?
Yeah. And so I tell my brother, I'm like, the printer's not working. He's like, well, let me check it real quick. He has to update the printer. Printer gets updated, it's not connecting. He's like, oh, let me just update the firewall real quick. And it proceeded to
blow up,
break the firewall completely, so we had no internet in our house.
So much fire, though.
Oh my god. The wall just came crumbling down, the fire came right in.
We don't need no education. Okay, don't worry, we have to pay for it.
No, stop it. You just... So, if I would have just not printed that and put everything onto the Dropbox, we would have had this recorded 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks.
3 weeks ago. And I didn't have internet in my house for almost like 3 hours because he had to rebuild the damn thing. It's like it's an impressive firewall thing that he has to use for work. So it's like you can't just plug in a router and use it.
We have something like that for my dad.
Yeah, so it's important work shit that you can't just bypass just for the fun. So I got kind of screwed out of stuff there. And then for the sweet near-death experience. So I'm driving to work on a Friday morning, not just this past Friday. Just if you could imagine Friday having a morning, that's what I was driving in.
Okay.
Driving in the far left lane on a super fast highway, when suddenly everyone decided to hit the brakes. My guess is someone decided to get off the highway, but they had to cross 4 lanes, and they're like, I'm just gonna slam on the brakes and see what happens.
Sure.
So now I had plenty of room in front of me, right? Because I know motherfuckers are crazy on this road. Right. So I slam on my brakes, and I'm like, I'm definitely not going to hit anyone in front of me. I'm being safe. The car right behind me, following too close, but at least they're paying attention, swerves, and they're on my left side now. They're on the shoulder of the road, and I got, the cars in front of me a little bit of distance away, and then I got traffic to the right of me. Now, the car behind me, paying attention. The big fucking pickup truck behind them, not paying attention. So here I am, nearly stopped on the highway, when in comes this massive truck that hit me at probably, I'd say at least 50 miles an hour. Now, I was driving a Honda Accord, which is very, very low to the ground. He's driving a 95 GMC pickup truck, and it's lifted.
Right.
He's got a little tow bar on the bottom of it with a couple of tow hooks that stick out. So between his bumper and his tow hooks, he smashed the fuck out. Like, my trunk is gone. It's completely smashed in. Like, you step on a can of soda and it just goes flat. That's my trunk. Gone. So my car is totaled. I'm fine. By some miracle, I am fine. I'm able, I'm shooken up, and my neck's a little but it's not bad. It's just for getting rear-ended. My fucking driver's side seat broke. I got hit so hard that I'm laying down afterwards, and I was like, that's the roof of my car, not looking out forward. So I sat up and went, oh, I'm not dead.
Right.
There's I saw the guy coming too, because the way I stopped and I knew everything was going around me. I look up in my rearview mirror and I see him coming, and I don't like freak out. I just get like kind of annoyed, So I don't tense up. I almost kind of relax and go, really, like kind of like mentally just going, you this bitch.
Why?
It's a damn kid, not even 21 years old, lives in a very small town, not in the area that we got the accident in. So I don't think he's ever driven on that highway before, because as he told the cop, well, I don't know what happened. They just stopped all of a sudden. The state trooper said, yeah, that happens. It's traffic.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, this thing, like, the kid did a stupid thing, but he's not, I don't think he's not a stupid kid. Because, like, he came to check on me right away. He called the cops. He went and pulled my bumper out of the highway so people could drive around it. So it's like, kid's not stupid, just
irresponsible.
Yeah, he did that's why I said he's not stupid, but he did a stupid thing.
Yeah.
I didn't get seriously hurt. No one got seriously hurt. His truck got a couple scratches on it because that thing is a 95 is like still made entirely out of metal.
Right.
That was before they're like, we need to make things safe. Like, nah, let's just build tanks. Like, seriously, if you look at the picture, well, I'm not going to post a picture of it because there's license plates, but if you look at the front of his truck, he's got some scratches on the bumper, the steel bumper. Right. Part of the decorative trim on the grill is broken, and then his hood is mildly displaced. Oh, and he has an aftermarket light bar on the front that was lifted up a little bit. Like, oh no, I'm going to have to bend that back into place 10 degrees.
Yeah, I got read the riot act by people for not knowing more about your situation.
What?
Yeah, that was my favorite. I go, someone's like, did Bear get into an accident? I'm like, yeah. How is he? He's fine. How do you know? I don't know. I think he's fine. He's like, his Vox, like, you didn't call him? I'm like, no. How do you know he's okay? He's making jokes about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like,
I posted the picture and just said traffic, am I right?
Yeah, I go, I'm pretty sure he's okay.
I texted my mom an hour before I posted that, said, just so you know, I am okay.
Right.
I got into a car accident, but I am okay.
Right.
As soon as she gets that, are you okay? Can I call you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Before I can even finish, like, I'm literally texting back to her, I'm at lunch right now. I'll call you as soon as I get home. Send, and the phone starts ringing. I'm like, I answered the phone. I was annoyed like that. My mom was like concerned about me. I was like,
of course.
I just texted you. I told you twice I was fine.
I don't care. My baby boy.
Were you listening on the call?
Yeah. That's how I knew everything was fine. I'm trying to get to the people because, I don't think that there's so much things as like too much concern and everything like that. But it cracks me up how people force their own expectations onto like other people.
Yeah.
Like
if their friend got injured, they would have called.
They're like, this is your good friend. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and we have our own relationship.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was there when he cut his finger. I went to pick him up.
Yeah. You literally just showed up in the hospital.
I saw on Facebook that he was in the emergency room, which was conveniently down the street from my house. I'm not going to lie. And I went and I stopped in and said, hey, what's going on? Why are you in the emergency room like a...
Yeah, you almost left.
And I go, and then I drove him home. I go, this is how it is.
Yeah, and because we've known each other long enough, you can tell when I post traffic.
Am I right?
He's fine.
Yeah.
I was clearly eventually going to tell you the story.
Yeah.
Which, we just did.
The doctor's like, it's okay. He says his neck hurts. I was like, okay.
Are we cool now? Now that you found out, and everyone else?
Preston was like, you didn't call him? Preston, shut up.
We will delete more of the podcast you were in.
That's the way it goes. Oh, my God.
Hold on.
We got another one?
It's
the ray of...
Yeah, well, I mean...
I thought the ray of light was that you weren't injured.
No, no one cares about that.
No, I know.
What people do care about is...
You'd be surprised.
Blowing up the world.
People want to know... No. People want to know why I don't care more about it. That's the story.
Like that's the one thing that people are like, why don't you care more about this one thing? Like, of all the other things you can ask me to care more about, the one thing that I actually do care about, you're concerned over?
Yep.
You sons of bitches. So, I don't know if you saw this wonderful story about how a South Carolina mom posted on Facebook that a man, like her and her daughter were outside a supermarket selling Girl Scout cookies. Sorry, several Girl Scouts were outside selling cookies outside of the supermarket. The man approached him, first bought 7 boxes, then he decided to go back and say, you know what? Pick up all of your cookies. I'm taking all of them so y'all can get out of this cold. You know, it totally came to $540. He bought $540 worth of cookies just so those girls could go home and be warm because it was so damn cold out. And they said, nah, this entrepreneurship only goes so far. That's a delightful little story, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad it's not the end of it.
What?
That's right. And that same individual who bought those cookies has now been arrested by the DEA. The man, identified as
Heroin in it.
Dietrich Lee McCowan, was one of a group named in a 22-count federal indictment that include conspiracy to distribute cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. Yeah.
Oh, man. You know,
No good deed goes unpunished, you know?
no, I guess not. I mean, one day you're on Full House, the next day you're trying to get your kid into USC. And then the day after that, you're being charged with money laundering and tax fraud. No good deed goes unpunished.
I mean, these criminals, they're just everywhere you look.
Everywhere you look,
There's a heart.
there's a heart.
Anyway.
A jail cell to hold on to.
Everyone we book.
Everyone.
Everyone we book. Blue-collar criminals. When
you're in solitary and you're all alone.
Making a knife out of your soap.
Everywhere you look. 5 to 10. Bad. Anyway.
But that kind of makes you want to blow up the world, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it does.
No, wait.
Oh.
There actually is some good in the world.
No.
No. What a poorly mistimed. There's some good in the world.
I stand by it.
We should blow up the world. Okay.
Okay.
There's some good in the world. No.
No.
Stop the good.
I've already wrapped my head around blowing up the world.
That boycott it. Let that cookie guy go. He bought so many.
So many cookies.
There are some good people in Arkansas, even though some like to give out.
Even though some of them suck.
Some of them give out passes. Some of them give out electric wheelchairs to their friends who can't afford it but desperately need them.
Oh.
You see, Tanner Wilson knew that his friend Brandon Qualls needs a wheelchair to get around.
Why do they have names like a CW melodrama? It's like fucking One Tree Hill. I'm Tanner Wilson. This is my best friend Brandon Qualls.
I'm in a wheelchair. He's a dog. He's an animated dog.
He's an animated dog.
I mean, if we're going to go CW, why don't we just make it weird?
Oh, good. Okay.
They made Archie like a murder mystery. I could put an animated dog in a wheelchair.
It was off of a graphic novel, but whatever.
You shut up.
Whatever.
No, you whatever.
Ever see Sabrina the Teenage Witch? The new one? It's pretty badass.
You ever see a cookie guy fucking couch?
That was episode 2 of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
So the hand push model chair that he's been using for years is becoming kind of a pain for Brandon because he had to push his way down the halls from class to class just to get around his school, and his arms would get super tired. So Tanner spent 2 years of savings from his job working part-time at a local car mechanic shop to buy Brandon an electric wheelchair last month. He presented the wheelchair to Brandon in front of his classmates as a complete surprise to Brandon. So this kid, unfortunate circumstance, pushing himself around in a hand push wheelchair, and his best friend just spends 2 years worth of savings just to buy him an electric wheelchair, just so he can actually get around better.
There you go.
And it's an extremely nice story. It's one of those things where it's
Except, damn it.
Well, no, I mean, there is no there's not like a bad except. I'd say the one thing is that. The one thing that they'd like to get for Brandon is a vehicle that can transport his new wheelchair, because right now his parents don't have a way to get the chair home, so it just sits at school. So he can use it to get around school, but when he leaves, he has to still, unfortunately,
go back to the old chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the very least, he's not going to have problems.
Yeah, they gotta get, like, one of those lift things for the van, for a van.
Well, they have to get a van. So they have to get a way to get that chair home, and hopefully either they can get one, or maybe someone will be kind enough to see that good deed and want to tag on to that.
They should. I knew a girl who she got injured. She was a gymnast, and she got injured.
And pushed her.
No.
Oh.
Yes, in her wheelchair from time to time. But yeah, so she had the car that's like she drove.
Okay.
And that was crazy to watch.
With the hand pedals?
The handles, yeah, that was something.
I don't understand how they can do that while steering.
It was
crazy, and I'm glad that someone made a way for them to do it.
Yeah, but it was just really interesting to watch. I was like, hats off.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's gonna do it for this week. Season 5.
Yeah, you can't get rid of us just yet.
You've all been teased. Hardcore.
Just wait till we come up with next week.
Oh, hashtag more tease.
Or the week after.
Oh my god, even further.
Not the week after, because we might be doing something, but the week after.
Future tease. That's going to do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42.
That's me.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. Follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE. You can find this podcast by going on Facebook.
Tease.
On YouTube.
Tease.
On iTunes.
Hashtag tease.
On iHeartRadio.
iHeart teased.
On Spotify.
Put in teased.
Put in stupid.
Put in stupid.
Yeah, search for Stupid Talking Stupid, and you'll find us.
You guys just got teased.
On all those platforms. So now that we are on Spotify, I'm hoping the sorting of that has actually worked out, because there was some glitch on there. But
I don't think it has yet.
But we're hoping to get that fixed. We're hoping if we start adding some more episodes, it'll just kind of fix itself. But in any case, we are on there, and if you would like to check us out, do so on any one of those platforms. If you can, on iTunes.
Let me tell you, there is more stupid on Spotify than there is on iHeartRadio, because we are fourth in the line, and before us is Talking Stupid, the stupid little podcast, Soccer Stupid, and Stupid Virgos.
Mm-hmm. And all those just sound lame.
Yeah.
Like, they have... You think they have sweet mermaid voices?
No,
you think
so.
they admonish people for making stupid things in school?
Nope.
You think
one's just about soccer? How stupid it is.
They have a fake out story that's supposed to be heartwarming, but it's about drug dealers who buy cookies. That was such a heartwarming story for like 2 days.
Yeah,
and then he got busted. I was like, oh, this
went to hell.
This is a perfect ray of light.
Right.
Hey, guess what? Everyone's so great. Psych, he's a drug dealer.
Terrible.
So anyway, yeah, you can find all of that on all those platforms. Please check us out. If you can, give us a like, give us a share on one of your social media pages. Tell a friend about us. We are always looking for more people to potentially offend with our poor taste and judgment. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. Season 5, motherfucker.
That's going to do it for this week. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
I'll talk to you later.